Good morning, NCC. Happy Tuesday. This morning, I was thinking through a list of things I'm looking forward to. Things that I confess I had taken for granted before because it was just part of my everyday normal, things that I had full access to. The gathering of the saints, hearing your voices in worship, experiencing His presence as the body of Christ gathers. I've missed travel. I've missed being able to travel to Tennessee to see my family. I've missed my students in the classroom. I miss your energy and your laughter. Even the mundane, everyday tasks parts of my jobs that I didn't fully appreciate or enjoy before, I miss that. I miss the regularity of it. And I thought about a song from when I was a kid. It said, "Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone?" That's the way it is. We don't appreciate things that are part of our everyday normal. We take them for granted, things we have full access to, without realizing what it takes to provide that. David longed for something that we have full access to, something that is part of our spiritual normal. And he longed for it with his whole heart. And I'm afraid that often we take it for granted. He lived his life in pursuit of this. He said, "My soul follows hard after you." In another place he said, "Just like the deer pants for water, that's how my soul longs after you." We read that David was a man after God's heart. I don't think that means that God liked him better. I think it means that David recognized the value of intimacy with the heart of God, and he was after that. He was pursuing that. He longed for that. And yet, the only way he had access to God was through the law. And he said in Psalm 119, "Blessed are they whose ways are blameless, who walk according to the law of the Lord. Blessed are they who keep his statutes and seek him with all their heart. They do nothing wrong. They walk in his ways. You have laid down precepts that are to be fully obeyed. Oh, that my ways were steadfast in obeying your decrees. Then I would not be put to shame when I consider all your commands. I will praise you with an upright heart as I learn your righteous laws. I will obey your decrees. Do not utterly forsake me." He had such a desire to try to live uprightly so that he could have that fellowship with God. And yet, none of us can. None of us can fully obey. And so God made a new way. The way that is the new normal. The way that we've been living in and sadly might have taken for granted. In Hebrews chapter 10, verse 20, he says, "By his death, Jesus opened a new and life-giving way through the curtain into the most holy place." That place that David longed to be, we have a new and living access to. Romans chapter 7, verse 6, "But now we have been released from the law, for we died to it and are no longer captive to its power. Now we can serve God not in the old way of obeying the letter of the law, but in the new way of living in the Spirit." My prayer for us today is that we will not take that access, that freedom, that ability to enter the presence of God, to know His heart intimately, to receive the blessing of the righteous, that we will not take that for granted, that we won't see it as anything less than the priceless treasure that it is, because it was costly. And there were many saints before us who looked forward to the day that they could have the blessing of the righteous and they could have full access to intimacy with God, not based on their own righteousness. So today, I pray that you fully experience what David was so longing for, the heart of God. I love you.